It was about March or April of 2004. I was 20 years old, about a little less than 3 months from turning 21. I start seeing a new cardiologist because I am changing from my pediatric doctors that I've seen since I was 18 months old to my now adult doctors. And I also changed to a hospital that was closer to my house instead of having to drive an hour into the city as usual. I actually was able to go to the hospital where I was born at, Central DuPage Hospital in Winfield, Illinois. The doctor I see at Central DuPage Hospital is cardiologist Maria Rosa Costanzo, and she is part of the Midwest Heart Specialists. The first appointments I had with her, I went by myself, and I remember sitting in the doctor's office waiting for her to come in, reading some sort of magazine, I don't know, whatever they had at the time. And I remember her coming in, and I just remember her saying that if you do not have a pacemaker / defibrillator placed in your body, you will die. And that just hit me. I was speechless. There was nothing running through my mind except that. Like, I couldn't even grasp what she was saying, even though it was so bluntly put. She basically asked me, when's the first open time you can have it done? And I was like, does it have to be done that quick? And she's like, yes, this is a very serious matter. This is the first time that I've had to think about life and think that, wait, tomorrow I might not be here. It's just a whole new concept to me that I wasn't invincible. I was given a pacemaker because my heart beats improperly. A normal person's heart beats on rhythm, like 1, 2, 3, 4. My heart can beat, it off beats, it goes 1, 2, 3, 4, or 1, 2, 3, 4. It's just different. And the pacemaker, actually working with the medications I take, controls the heart to pump properly, to pump naturally. And that's what the pacemaker does. The defibrillator is what you see in movies or in hospitals and ambulances, of the paddles, where they rub them together and then shock the shit out of someone. Yeah, that thing's in my chest. After I had my first pacemaker surgery, to have it put in, I had to have 2 because something went wrong the first time, and yeah. So, but my dad, we go home, we have some real food, and my dad is like, you've been talking about getting a digital camera. I'm like, yeah, well, let's go look at them. We go to Best Buy. I see my dad walk past me, and he walks right to the end of the line where the most expensive cameras that Best Buy sells are, and one of them is the Canon Rebel XT. We end up getting it, and from the moment I got home, I just went out shooting anything and everything, and I don't know. I take my camera everywhere. I took it to parties. I go to friends' houses, everywhere, and all my friends just loved that I took pictures. Like, they were such a big encouragement to me. I was coming to the end of my associate's degree in graphic arts. I knew I wanted to keep going in school. I wanted at least a bachelor's degree. And I was like, let's just see what's out there for photography. I enjoy it a lot. And so I looked up, and Brooks was probably the first name that came up, as usually does. And I basically just looked out there and came out here to visit the school, fell in love with it, loved that it was in California. I've always wanted to come out to California ever since I was a little kid. And I came out here, and If it wasn't for my pacemaker, I would have never gotten that digital camera, and I never would have taken the pictures I would have taken and learned that photography is something that I really would like to do. And it's just funny because this came from something that I thought was just like my life was over, like I wasn't going to be able to continue. And it's just funny how like everything in your life just tangles together and makes good things happen out of bad things. I've actually had it gone off 4 times since I've had it, these 3.5 years. Actually, it did not go off till I got to California though. And I was out running one day and it went off, and I honestly thought someone pushed me from behind, because that's what it felt like. Basically, they just took readings. The Guidant, which is the company that made my pacemaker, whenever something like this happens, someone has a pacemaker go off and they go to the emergency room, they call Guidant and they bring out their little machine, their little wand that goes over the pacemaker, defibrillator, and they just take numbers that are recorded into the device and they adjust properly. They see what went wrong. I don't know, I think you gotta look at every problem you have, and you just gotta make the best out of every situation. I mean, it's not our problems who define us, it's how we react to those problems. It's how we move on, it's what we do. The little time I'm given in this world, I want to tell a story of what I've seen, but I just don't have the words to say it.